guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. I'm an emerging creator here on YouTube, and it would mean the world to me if you liked and hit that subscribe button. Today we have a really fun video planned. We're doing a what I spent in a week on my vacation in Ecuador. I went to Ecuador a couple of weeks ago with my friends. We stayed in Quito, we went to Mindo, stayed in Latacunga, and stayed in Banos, and we had the best time. Ecuador is a beautiful country with so much to see, the kindest people, and I'm going to do a cost breakdown of exactly what I spent on my trip. This video is more of a fun vlog style with the prices just sprinkled in here and there, but make sure that you stay tuned till the end of the video to find out the grand total. Let's get started. First off, the flight. We flew out of New York, had a layover in Bogota, Colombia, and arrived in Quito, Ecuador. At the airport, we spent about $14 on coffee, but I personally spent about $5.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, now it's recording.
Tea time with Porter.
Okay, guys, so we just...
Why you gotta come in here too?
Okay, we're all in the... Okay, 3 out of 4 of us is in the...
Wait, I'm letting him.
Okay, almost 4 out of 4 of us.
The spot for your head up here.
Okay, perfect. So we just arrived in Quito this morning. We had a layover in Bogota in Colombia, and then today we explored El Mitad del Mundo. We went to a couple churches, like San Francisco Church. And we visited a couple markets. For all 3 of these activities, I spent about $18. Now we're going to the cloud forest and like hummingbird sanctuary.
You can tell that we've all read the itinerary.
Yeah, we're prepped and ready. We have a tour guide with us. He's kind of driving us and showing us the ropes.
Oh, actually, this is kind of fun.
Okay.
They use the US dollar, but... Okay, they use like regular quarters.
Mm-hmm. No.
Do the beauty thing. Okay, it's not working. Okay.
Yes, so...
Use regular quarters.
Yeah.
Like US quarters. But then they also have US currency that's only in Ecuador. So this is also a quarter.
But they're both 25 cents.
See?
Can you use that quarter in the US?
I don't know.
But now we're just chilling at the Airbnb, and we're going to go to dinner soon and then get started on the morning tomorrow. Now let me show you our Airbnb in Quito. We had a large living room, several small balconies, and the best part about this Airbnb was that we had 3 bedrooms for 4 people. For our Airbnb in Quito, we spent $48.50. After unpacking, we headed to dinner at a nearby restaurant.
Guys, tell us, what's the weather like? Where are we? How are we feeling?
Okay guys, we're in
La Florista. Rainy season vibes is upon us.
For that dinner, I spent about $7.50, and we peeked at the snacks on our way home. Morning guys, day 2. We are going to the Mindo Cloud Forest today. We're going to go see some hummingbirds. We're gonna go see some flowers and maybe flowers. I don't know if we're gonna go see flowers. On our way to the hummingbirds tour, we took a break at this little rest stop. For the hummingbird tour, we spent $10 per person. For dinner, we spent about $16 in total, so that came out to like $4 per person. For the butterfly exhibit in Mindo, we spent about $30, so about $7.50 a person. After the butterfly exhibit, we started on our hike of the afternoon. This hike was really beautiful. It was like filled with waterfalls and beautiful trees and greenery.
Can't we go all the way?
It's flooded and the observation deck gates are broken.
All right, Paulina, set the scene for us.
Okay, so we just finished a hike in Mindo. We're in the cloud forest. We got pretty lucky today because even though it's known as the cloud forest, the conditions aren't too cloudy. We did an insane hike right to something called the La Reina waterfall, and it was very hard. Okay, it wasn't very hard. It was moderately hard. It was really awesome because we got very close to the waterfall and it had just rained yesterday, so the waterfall was like super powerful and it was just great. But on the way back, we got stung by
How was it? How was it swimming in the waterfall?
I didn't swim in the waterfall.
I did.
I didn't swim in the waterfall, but
What'd you get stung by?
yeah, and then when we were on the way back, I got stung by these almost like hornets or flies. They were like mosquitoes, but they felt like the 3 bee stings all at once, and I got stung like 7 times. So I'm in a little bit of pain.
Show us the damage. Show us the damage.
And now we're gonna go on a chocolate tour. The membrane is almost like fruity, slightly sour.
Yeah, it's a little sour.
So good. So...
This is a cacao bean.
Okay guys, raise your hand if you think that in 30 minutes you can explain to somebody how chocolate's made.
I'm good. I'm ready.
Dinner was about $9.56. After we check out of our Airbnb here, we are heading to Lake Wicocha. We're going to do a 4.5-5 hour hike, and then I think we're going to head to the Otavalo market, and then in the evening we are going to Latacunga to spend a couple of days there before heading to our final destination in Banos. With that, let's get on the road. Guys, so what are we doing today?
Crater Lake, and instead of swimming in it or anywhere near it, we're just gonna hike around the entire thing.
And how long do you think it's gonna take us?
They say 5 hours, but we think 4. 3:30.
3:30.
And we're gonna sprint, so.
Right, let's go.
Guys, so we're at least halfway done with the hike. I think that the rest of the hike is going to be downhill, or mostly downhill, thank goodness, because it was a little bit of a challenge coming uphill. We still probably have about 2 or 1.5 hours to go, and the views are stellar. Guys, so this is all the Andes Mountains, and we hiked around this entire thing. And we're not done yet, but almost. Okay, guys, we actually made it finally to the end of the hike. There's like the car and stuff over there. That's our car. Everyone, let's guess how long you thought the hike was.
I'll guess and pretend as if I don't know.
Okay. What do you think it is?
Okay.
4 miles.
It was
I think it was like at least 6 or 7 miles. Wait, I can't.
8 miles.
8 miles.
8 miles. How long?
8.09. Just under 5 hours.
5 hours, 8 miles. Yo,
Oh,
I'm
wait.
pale.
I can't even give you the elevation, but
Crushed it.
For the first 3 days, like I mentioned, we used an awesome tour guide. We spent about $187.50 per person for the 3 days. Good morning, you guys. It is our first day here in Latacunga. We are staying at Hacienda Cuscungo. It's like a really small, almost like hostel, very homey, less than like 5 rooms, can accommodate about like 10 to 12 people. And I just woke up looking at the mountain right now. And I think today we might go on a small hike, just explore. I think we're gonna take it easy. Farms, there's some cows, there's some chickens running around. And yeah, it's just really lovely and peaceful here. And the mountain here in the background, I don't know if you could see it, I might have to put it in another clip, but the mountain is gorgeous and I'm just so happy to be here and staying at this little place. Here and there, we also spent some other items on breakfast, which came out to $4.87 per person. When we stayed in Latacunga, we also had a taxi that drove us to the Cotopaxi volcano, and that came out to $114 per person. Morning, guys. We are leaving our hostel hacienda here in Latacunga and we are heading to Cotopaxi for the day, and in the evening we are heading to Banos for our last leg of the trip. All right, I think we have like an hour-and-a-half drive, so let's go to Cotopaxi. Cotopaxi also is one of the largest active volcanoes, I believe, in the world, and we're gonna hike like half of it, and we're gonna go with a guide, I'm gonna go with a group, and I'm just really excited. I think that the conditions might be a little bit cloudy today, but I'll insert a picture right here. Cotopaxi looks like on a nice day, but I'm really excited. I don't think I've ever hiked an active volcano before, so that should be fun.
Okay, what are you wearing for our hike?
All right, here's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Columbia boots, I'm wearing Merrell wool socks, I'm wearing my Lululemon leggings, I'm wearing some underheat shirt, I'm wearing this Abercrombie sweatshirt that I've had since high school, and my Marmot rain jacket, and this bag my brother got me. And this bag I got for my first backpacking trip in Europe in college. The altitude is crazy. The altitude is the hardest part. It's not even the hike, it's the altitude that we're just so not used to. Guys, we're back in the car, just waiting for all of the friends to get back in. It is freaking cold. This was a very challenging hike, and I'm just happy to be in the car. It's good that we did it, but the altitude like killed us, and also it's raining and snowing and it's windy, and it's just like not an ideal weather day. Whew, I should have worn my ski jacket because I am freezing. We are at Laguna. We also had a couple miscellaneous costs, so let's add in about $21 per person. $26 for this. The total for these snacks was $26, so we spent $6.50 per person. This is so good. For our Airbnb in Banos, where we stayed there for a couple days, we spent about $56 per person. Activities that we did in Banos, which was zip lining, canopying, which is basically going down a waterfall, like rock climbing the waterfall down, but there's no climbing, you just have special shoes and special rope. And it was also, let me just add, the scariest activity in my opinion, scarier than whitewater rafting, but it was still really fun and I'm glad I did it. We used a tour company called Geotours and spent about $75 per person for the 3 activities, so zip lining, canopying, and whitewater rafting. Dinner was $6 per person. Entry into the baths in Banos was about $4.50 per person. Not only entry into the baths, but also you needed a shower cap to go into the baths, and none of us had one, so that was a little bit extra.
We literally just finished up at the thermal baths.
This taco dinner was absolutely delicious. I think the owner had his first restaurant open up in Mexico City and then brought it to Banos, and it was absolutely delicious. The total here that we spent per person was $14. I don't have a clip of this, but we did take a taxi from where we stayed in Banos to the airport to catch our flight on the way home, and we spent $25 per person. Okay, now what you're finally waiting for. The grand total of the trip was
$1,278.93 per person.
Like I mentioned, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe. Bye!